Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video. You are now watching the Grumpy Easterner, for some reason. There are many theories about the world of Ice and Fire created by George Martin, better known to the general population through the TV show Game of Thrones. But today I would like to just mention one theory. The origins of Coldhands. Who actually is Coldhands? In the TV show it's clear. It's Benjen Stark, but not in the books. It is well known that George Martin actually said his Coldhands from the books is not Benjen Stark. But who is Coldhands? There are some theories online, some ideas. Somebody mentioned Sir Duncan the Tall, for example. But none of these actually fit. So I was thinking for a long time, who is Coldhands? There is a lot of time and space in the books wasted on him. He appears to have an important role, yet we know absolutely nothing about his origins. Is it possible to deduce who he is? I think so. And it appeared in my mind, is it possible? I will try to explain. So what do we know about Coldhands? He is dead. He was reanimated, but he didn't lose his consciousness, he didn't lose his mind. He is not a puppet, as it seems. Maybe he is, but he doesn't act like a puppet. He is somehow connected to Bloodraven. He saves important people. He lives behind the wall. His hands are cold, black. He covers his face, and he wears robes of the Brothers of the Night's Watch, and he actually calls Sam brother. From this, many people deduce that he was once a member of the Night's Watch. I don't think so. He also wears some grey, and technically he would be released from his oath if he died, but I don't think he ever was a member of the Watch, and even if he was, it wouldn't go against my theory. He has some kind of telepathic connection with animals. He's capable of telepathically connecting with Bloodraven. So he must be from certain bloodline, either the First Man or Targaryen, or both. Maybe some bastard. It depends on what you think. But why isn't there mentioned, okay, he was a member of the Night's Watch 100 years ago, and since then he serves children of the forest? I think there is a very specific person that disappears from history, and I think something very bad happened. With a little help from the TV show, let's try to explain this. Coldhands is connected to Bloodraven. He has telepathic abilities. He is dead but somehow reincarnated, and he is not under the influence of the others. He is capable of fighting the others, and he does it with a big zeal. He is on the side of Bloodraven. He is connected to Bloodraven. Leaf, who is 200 years old, said they killed him long time ago. For somebody 200 years old, a long time ago must be at least decades, I think longer. So not somebody we met in the books. And there are actually very few people who we know that disappeared and that we know who had special abilities. And I think there is only one possibility for who Coldhands used to be. Daemon Targaryen, the Rogue Prince. Daemon Targaryen was a character of mixed traits. He was good, he was evil, he was white, he was grey, he was black. All together. Nobody could say he was just good or just bad. George Martin said he is his favorite Targaryen. Now that says a lot. There are stories dedicated purely to him. And he dies in a very interesting fight on the dragon back. They actually fight with Aemon One-Eyed. They fight on dragons above a lake, and he jumps from a dragon and kills Aemon One-Eyed with Valyrian steel sword. And later they recover. One dragon, second dragon, body of Aemon One-Eyed, the sword still stuck in his head, and that's it. They didn't recover the body of the Rogue Prince. It was the God's Eye. What was he doing before the fight? He was slashing a heart tree with a Valyrian steel sword. He was physically connecting something of fire with something that belongs to the children of the forest that have the water magic. I think he washed up on the island, and the children of the forest living on the island did something to him. They tried to reincarnate him, tried to use him, because he was powerful, he was a dragon rider, he had Targaryen blood. And probably in that time, maybe later, they sent him behind the wall. They needed a Targaryen to be connected in the tree network. Maybe it didn't work with this one. So they found out another and used Bloodraven. Think about it. The connection between Bloodraven and Daemon Targaryen is very strong. Daemon Targaryen is Bloodraven's great-grandfather. It would be very easy to be telepathically connected. Daemon Targaryen was extremely important, and he just disappears from the history. Coldhands has a pretty important role, but we know nothing about his origins. This is not a bulletproof theory, but there is nothing you can say that doesn't match for these. Yeah, there will be a long time span, but we are talking about reincarnated bodies, and we are talking about children of the forest, and Leaf was actually traveling. Leaf was traveling amongst men. Was Leaf on the island of the Faces? For how long? Was it possible that Leaf actually took Daemon Targaryen, now Coldhands, north to serve some purpose? Maybe he is a puppet. He cannot enter the cave. He cannot cross the wall. Or he says. There are many ideas of who Coldhands can be. If I was to make a bet, I would bet on Daemon Targaryen, the Rogue Prince. It's somehow poetic if you think about it. He had a relationship with his dragon, and the dragon died, and later he had a relationship with the elk that he was riding, and it was clear that he was sad when the animal died, and he said something in a tongue that the others didn't understand. It could have been the tongue of the first man, but I suppose none of those present were fluent in Valyrian. What if it was Valyrian? Again, circumstantial evidence, but let me know what you think about this theory. Think about it, read the Rogue Prince, Dance with Dragons, read the chapters that mention Coldhands, and tell me, isn't Coldhands such a badass warrior? Because he was the ultimate badass warrior. Thank you for your attention, and let's all hope George Martin finishes the book series and answers these questions. See you.